Author's Log Supplemental 42.5. I think it's 42. Sure, we'll go with 42. Just a quick update. This is my office or my room, and we've changed it recently in the last 2 weeks. I had big bookcases here. You can look at one of our old videos where we show you our writing spaces, and I think you might be able to see the big bookcases. But I had bookcases that went up to here, and we've been decluttering this year very slowly, and I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I got rid of a lot of stuff. So I got a much smaller bookcase. So I got a couple of IKEA bookcases now. And I replaced this big space with my very own whiteboard. Pardon the glare. This is why we do our main filming in the basement, because these magnetic whiteboards are super glare-tastic. So I now have my own whiteboard in my room where I can work on it without messing with any of the other whiteboards. And on this side, I have all of the chapters in my book. The E stands for editing. This stands for posting on Scrib. So up to this point, I have posted up to chapter 11 on Scribophile for critiques. And I have edited chapter 1 3 times. So I edited the first time, I posted it on Scrib. I took a bunch of the stuff that they talked about that needed to be fixed, and I edited it again twice. So that's been edited twice. Chapter 2 has been edited twice. I edited 3 and 4. Chapter 2 has been 3 times. Edited chapter 3 and 4 twice each, and then it's just one time for the rest of them. So from 5 down, I'll have to go back through the information and the crits I got on Scrib and do one more of those chapters so that I can give it to a couple of beta readers that I have that can go through the entire book for me. But they helped me find a lot of stuff, so I've gotten some really good feedback. I am at chapter 16, I did sometime this week, and then I kind of got stuck. My midpoint fell at chapter 14, so a little bit more than halfway. Halfway would be like 13 and or 12 and a half or something. So 14 is a little bit past halfway through the book at this point. And then I wasn't quite sure what to happen after the midpoint, because that's kind of where things got really vague, and I realized I needed more characters. So I've been thinking about that, and this morning I finally, took like an hour to sit down and really just rack my brain and start writing down ideas. Like, I know I want this to happen, and I want this to happen, and I've got this set up, but I need to install this. Oh, I should have this thing happen. Some epiphanies happened, and it was really awesome. So I got a lot of things going, and I kind of spaced it out by chapters to give me a better idea of what I want to happen in each chapter and how many chapters I'm going to have at this point based on how much I've got happening. And I've added yet another chapter, so I think I'm going to be up to about 26 chapters in this. So more than halfway, so that's a good thing. But I've got a lot of fresh writing to do. I am going to try to salvage as much of my first draft as I can, because that leads to less editing and less creative first drafting at this point. But a lot of this stuff did not happen in my first draft. I'm going to have to insert characters. There's going to be a lot of rewriting. And I've got a month left, so things are getting really tight. But I've got my own whiteboard, so I'm super stoked. So I used my whiteboard today. Yay! I'm super excited about that. So that's where I'm at right now. But now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, math is hard, 8, 9. I've got 10 more chapters to do in 4 weeks, so I'm going to be flying. The good news is we're going to start talking about publishing, which we mentioned last week, and you don't have to worry if you don't absolutely finish publishing or finish your editing right at, November 31st. Like, it's fine. You've got another couple of weeks to keep going back over and over it. The biggest issue is to make sure that you have the big stuff done. By the time you get to the end of November, you want to make sure all your plot points are set. You want to make sure that the big things are done, like that you've taken out the chapters you need to, you've put back in you've written new chapters to replace them, you've moved your scenes around and everything so that that's pretty stable. And the only thing you have to go back over is going to be like the small things. Like, I have this tendency that the Scrib readers, God bless you people on Scribophile, have been pointing out, like, so she's got this key, but she hasn't mentioned it in 2 chapters. I'm like, oh my God, the stupid key. Things like that. when you get to that point and the smaller bits, it's a little easier. You're not doing huge swaths of rewriting. So don't feel bad if by end of November you don't have like it completely edited and copy edited and everything. That's a little less important by then. And if you don't get it published until February, you don't get it published. I mean, this is a first book, so doing it in a year is kind of crazy. Especially if you have a job. So don't feel too bad about that. That's where I'm at. Oh, I don't want to edit this thing, so I've got more writing to do. But I will see you guys on Sunday when we drop the next video. And until then, you know, get editing.